Welcome to my best practice series. Today I'm going to introduce you to a very unexpected team player, carpet tape. Carpet tape is used to stick carpet to the floor, and it's double-sided. It's really sturdy. It's better than any other double-sided tape you'll find for these particular applications. I use it to stick other kinds of artwork to backgrounds for the most part. So today, for example, I'm going to take a monoprint on watercolor paper that I did, and I'm going to adhere it to this birch box. You can see an example of what that will look like here. Now, in some cases, this is something you want to think about in advance. I wanted these to have, I didn't want it to be the natural birch finish, so I painted the sides of these pieces, as you can see. But I've also, in the past, put gold leaf on the sides, and then when you light that, the whole piece just glows. You can paint this edge any color you want. You can use the gold leaf, but you want to do that before you put the artwork on the background. Okay, so I'm going to take the carpet tape and cut a piece that is the width of the box, and I'm going to put another piece at the top here. And then I'm going to put a smaller piece on either side in between. I don't want the tape to overlap tape I've already put down, because then I won't be able to pull off the paper. So if you accidentally cut it a little bit too long, trim it. This is a really exceptional way to get a nice clean surface that is never wet. Because one of the problems with using, for example, gel medium, or I'm totally against spray adhesives, they're bad for the environment. If you use a wet medium like gel medium or glue, you have to wait for it to dry, for one thing, but it also has a tendency to warp with certain papers. As you'll see in a minute, this is also useful because I can take a piece that's fabric and I can mount it on a board like this, and it's temporary. If somebody wanted to frame it a different way or handle display of it another way, they could always take it off. As opposed to any kind of a product where you're literally gluing it down and it can't be undone. Okay, so I pulled these off, and now my box is set up with the carpet tape in place. And okay, so there's my, you see how nice and smooth it is. Instantaneous, it's great. Now, I wanted a little bit of the raw wood showing around this. I just thought it went pretty nicely with the colors that are here. But if you accidentally get some tape that's too close to the edge and you can see the tape, there's a really easy way to get it off. You can just take a little X-Acto knife like this and run it along the edge of the artwork, and then use it to peel up that little piece of carpet tape, and you can just pull it right off. It just comes off like a zipper opening. So don't panic if you accidentally put the tape too close to the edge and your artwork isn't going all the way to the edge. Now, if I really wanted to, I could come back and I could stain this, or I could do some printing on it, but that's a design decision that I'll make later. This is what I was talking about in terms of fabric. This is a piece of fabric that I had printed at a commercial printing service, Spoonflower, and it's already been adhered to felt to stabilize it because it's left from another project. But I thought it might make a nice cover for the back of, or for the front of this little journal, since I work in lots of journals. So I'm going to put this piece on this particular book cover using the tape. But this time, to make sure I get the measurements right, I'm going to put the tape on the felt. So you can work either way. There are several different brands of tape. This one is called Shure tape, S-H-U-R-T-A-P-E. And I like it because it's really easy to pull the paper backing off. But there are lots of different kinds, and you can try whatever you can get your hands on first and see how that works for you. And then If you don't like it, you can look specifically for this brand. You know, they sell all of it online, so that's not a problem. If you have trouble pulling the paper off, you can always stick a little straight pin under the paper between the paper and the tape. But especially on something flexible like this, it's pretty easy to peel the paper off. And you can reposition it if you need to. That dresses that up quite a bit. If I wanted to, I could take the fabric and I could literally cover the whole book with tape and smooth the whole thing around it and wrap it and go so far as to pulling it inside, but that's a more complicated project. This is pretty straightforward and easy to do. In this case, this is a freestanding fabric panel that is on felt, and I used, after I did the spackling and the hand stitching and it's a collage that has embroidery on it and also spackle. You can see that in another one of my videos. I put it on this spray painted black canvas to make it easier to display it. And this could literally be peeled off if somebody wanted to frame it a different way. So it's gone to a couple of shows. It's very reliable. Humidity does not affect it. It's just a great technique. And you can also use it to put the paper on the back of a frame. I'm big on having the back of pieces being finished so that they look professional and nice. And you can run that tape on the frame all the way around and then put the paper on the back. And that's a lot easier than trying to glue it, which takes forever to dry and you're constantly running into problems. So that's the miracle of carpet tape, and I hope that you will try it in whatever sort of thing you can come up with. Feel free to ask me questions. I hope you'll like this video so that you can continue to get more videos from me because we release one every Friday. Thanks.